that's the core mechanism of being a leader. Like, what it really means to be a leader in this world is to be a creator. It's not to be a reactor. Like, the people who react to life are not the leaders because they're not in alignment with source. It's something that the Kabbalion says really, really clearly that I like, is it says that the only way to really be a leader in this world is to form a link in the chain and to surrender your power to a higher power. Like, you'll never be a leader in this world by trying to like force and connive things your way or trying to form your own chain. You may have some temporary success, but you're never going to have real deep enlivened like power and leadership. Like, real leadership actually comes through surrender. It comes through humility. It comes through being able to surrender your power to that higher power. And that doesn't mean cutting off your power, because even that ability to let go of that reactivity, to let go of that smaller power, that's coming from your own ultimate power. But when you can transcend that reactive, fearful self, and you can fall into alignment with just the flow of life, with just source, with just things as they are, that's how you actually develop into a leader. And that's when you command respect. Like, people who command respect in a room, the person who commands the most respect in a room is the person who's reacting the least. They're the person that is just they're just flowing with the moment the most. It's not actually about like the qualities that they have. There's all types of different styles of leader. Like, it's not about whether you're a man or you're a woman or you have this hair or you're this tall or you have this skill or you have that skill. What it really comes down to, moment to moment, the people in any room who are going to be the most real leaders are the people who are the least reactive. And those are the people that we naturally gravitate towards. We feel good around those people. They feel safe. We feel an intuitive kind of pull towards them. And that's a good thing, because true leaders are in alignment with source and they're not moving from fear and reactivity. And so they will keep you safe. Like that's like when you're in alignment with source and you're moving from the Garden of Eden, like, you will be protected and you'll be able to handle problems. And it's not that you won't ever have challenges, but you'll be able to flow through challenges and you'll be able to handle them in the most efficient way possible. And that's how you develop real power. It's not actually personal power. It's an impersonal kind of power. And it's not something that you really, it's not something that you're really directing. But I mean, you are, in a way you are, because you're becoming like a vessel for that. And you'll just be, when you're in a place of non-reactivity, you'll just be following inspiration. And so it will actually feel like you're doing what you want to do. It'll feel like you're doing what you love the most and what feels truest to you. But that's the beautiful thing, is your truest, what you really love and want, and like your deepest, truest desires that are not based on fear or lack or reactivity, but they're based on inspiration. What you really want in that way, and what brings you the most love, is actually exactly the same thing as what God or source wants. And so, yeah, it's like when you give up that reactivity, that's how you become a leader. And that's how you develop things like respect for people. Like, people respect people who aren't reactors. Like, you'll just naturally command and respect people for that way. Whereas when you're like silently resisting things or silently judging and you're pretending to be fake peaceful or something, or you're like, putting on some type of like spiritual persona or something, a lot of people are going to pick up on that, and they're not really going to respect you that much, or they're not going to really care about what you have to say, because even if they're not able to put it on a kind of conceptual word level, they'll just sense something about you that you just sense a little icky or something. You just sense you just seem a little gross to people or something. Whereas when you're just being really truly authentic and just like non-reactive and just flowing with life, you tend to be much more attractive. Like, people actually want to be around you. And it's not that you're immune to never having people be against you. Like, you can still have people against you when you're not being reactive. But even then, when you're not being reactive, you won't see it as a problem. You won't react to the problem. And then also, in my experience, a lot of the time, usually, in many cases, it's those people that try to like press on your pressure points, and they try to like be a little aggressive towards you or something, or they try to like bully you or like push on you a little bit. It's those kinds of people that when you don't react to that and you don't like push or pull on them, and you're not doing it in a fake way where you're just like saying like, oh, I don't care what you think, that you secretly do or something, when you can actually just not react to someone like that and just flow with it and just authentically handle it and like say whatever comes up in a real way. Like if you feel inspired in that moment to like say something like snarky back to them in a funny way or something, like that could be good, like depending on this, like where it's coming from. But in a lot of those situations, that's when those people will sense that non-reactivity in you. They'll sense that power, and you'll actually like command respect in a way. Like a lot of those times, those people that like to pick on weaker people, when you're non-reactive, they actually will open up to you, and because it'll kind of catch them off guard. And then you can have really loving and amazing experiences with those people. And a lot of those people, it's not that they're like bad people or something, because that's the thing too. If you're labeling that person a bad person, that actually is a form of reactivity to whatever they just did to you, and you're putting up that subtle mental resistance, and then they're not going to open to you. But if you can just be truly impersonal to like whatever insult they threw at you or whatever, like you really don't take it personal and you just flow with it, and you can just authentically laugh with it or whatever it is, a lot of the time, that's when those people let their guard down, and then they actually open up to you. And I've had so many experiences like that. I've had so many experiences at a bar or something where a guy might want to talk shit to me, and then I just don't react to it. I just don't feed it at all. And then I just open up to him, and then he lets his guard down. It's like he senses it somehow, and then we'll like hug it out. Like I could go from being almost about to fight a guy because there was some type of tension or something, and then you just let go of all that resistance, just let go of all of it, and just be with the moment fully, authentically, and express what you feel. Like you could just be like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I don't want to fight you. Like, I just want to have a good time. Like, if that's your truth in that moment and you really mean that, and that's coming from that authentic power, in my experience, a lot of the time they'll sense that and they'll respect that and they'll let their guard down. And then you can have amazing experiences. Like then you might start getting shots with that guy, or you like you guys have a hug, and then like we'll hang out for the rest of the night. Like I've had so many experiences like that all the time. Like a lot of the time, those are the most interesting people. But if you judge them and you label them a bad person and you resist them or something, they're not going to open to you like that. They're just going to keep pushing back because that's their temperament. Like some people are just like that. Like when they sense fear or danger or reactivity, they push on it. That's their safety mechanism. But the way to heal those people and to help them open up is not in pushing back on them or trying to like label them a bad person and secretly resisting them. It's just accepting them exactly as they are, and not in a fake way, but in like an impersonal, just neutral way, just being exactly with the moment as it is. That's when they can actually somehow on a non-verbal level, they sense that non-reactivity to you and they open up. And that's what I was talking about, like in my conversation with David, in a way, like with the jocks and stuff. Like that's a similar sort of thing. Like that's true for all people. Like, and that goes in to about like the misstepping thing. It's like at any point, even if you misstep, there's no point in reacting to that, and like, because if you're reacting, that's just further misstepping. Like there's no even if you do something mean to someone and it's coming from a fear reactive thing, if you catch that in that moment, you may as well just shift to authenticity. You would actually get better results by just flowing with that and saying whatever comes out of you. And the mind's going to tell you, like, the mind tries to hijack everything. So it might try to tell you like, oh, like, no, like you need to be afraid of this person and you can't be your authentic self around them and you need to fear them or something. And so you shouldn't speak your truth. But then that's actually when you just keep getting the problems and the problem doesn't resolve. Whereas like, again, in those moments when you can just like, I don't know, say you say something mean and you catch yourself and you notice I was reactive based, instead of doubling down on that reaction, just let it out. Just be authentic. Just say what actually is coming up for you. Just be like, oh shit, like, actually, I didn't mean that. Like, I don't know, like, I had a bad day. Or like whatever. Like, you can just be real, or you can just be like, sorry, like, I have some shit I'm dealing with or something. And if you're being really real in that moment, and that you're not just saying that as a story, that's your authentic truth, that person will sense that, and they'll let their guard down around you, and they're not going to try to hit you back. Like, and not like literally hit you, but even like mentally or emotionally. Like, no one really likes to hit someone with their guard down. Like, people who are bullies, usually like we don't want to admit this, but usually our bullies bully us because we're silently resisting them and we're silently fighting back. We're energetically fighting back and like resisting the problem. And so that's why it feels good for them and to like to fight you, because you are fighting back. But when you're authentically impersonal and neutral and you really let your guard down, people don't want to fight you. And it actually also too, when you do that, you're actually in alignment with source. And once again, that's when you command respect, and people can sense your power and they don't want problems with you as well. So that's a really key thing to see. Like, it's never about like getting mad at people and like villainizing people or something. Like the truth is, the reason anybody ever does anything wrong is because it comes from fear and like survival based mechanisms. Like nobody is like in a way, like, yeah, we're all responsible for everything we do. Like you have to take ownership of your life, but at the same time, there's no sense in ever really like blaming or resisting when someone does something wrong. But again, that doesn't mean that you don't handle it in the most efficient way. Like if someone is like fighting you or something, you may have to fight back. Like not resisting doesn't mean that you just don't do anything. Or like if someone's robbing an old lady by you, like you might have to intervene and go do the right thing. But the thing is too, like in that moment, again, when you're truly neutral and impersonal and authentic, like the answer and the creative solution will just flow through you. It'll just happen and it'll come from a place of empowerment. But so yeah, that's really key to see, because it's never about villainizing people. There's no sense in that. There's no sense in reacting to anything anyone does that hurts you. Like, just don't take it personal. Just be impersonal to it, and then just flow with life. And then again, yeah, you can be authentic. When you can be really authentic with people and you're not repressing and resisting and like trying to form like the right peaceful response or something, that's when you actually get like authentic response back from the person, because they'll sense that. They won't even be conscious of it fully, but it'll just happen. Like, that's just like, it's like you're talking to their real self. Whereas when you're reactive, the only part of them that hears that is their reactive self. And so you just get more reactivity. And that's like the cycle. Like if you have someone in your life that like is just continuously like, you have this problem where it's like they make you mad, and then like you are like peaceful about it, and then you send them some peaceful message, but then they don't respond well to it, and then like you just get upset again, and then like this cycle continues or something. But that's probably what's happening. Like your like little peaceful response or whatever is probably not fully authentic, and they're sensing that on some level, and so it doesn't feel authentic to them, and it's not hitting them on that heartfelt connection level, and so there's that disconnection, and so it just perpetuates the reactivity and the fear and that kind of thing and the bad behavior. But it only takes one person to break that pattern. It only takes one person to step out of that cycle. And that's when you can see really profound, incredible transformations in people. And you can have it with anyone. You can have it just like on the street, just like if someone cuts you off or something. Like even that, like if someone cuts you off and they flip you off or something, if you're actually able to be non-reactive to that and not resist it and just flow with it, and not just be non-reactive as a sort of position where you think that being non-reactive is like this peaceful state, but actually being truly non-reactive to whatever comes up for you in the moment. So if, say you do get angry, you can be non-reactive to the anger. You can just allow the anger to flow out of you. And then that's how these emotions actually flow and refine and progress and resolve. But if you can just be non-reactive to that situation, even if it doesn't even happen on like a sort of verbal level, even if that person just drives past you, you're actually healing both of your energy fields, because you're interrupting a reaction pattern there. And when they react to you, that reaction pattern, it's trying to ping off at you. It's trying to continue that reaction pattern so that the demiurge or the dualistic central server can like keep that energy and keep it going. But when you break that cycle, you're restoring that energy for both of you. And that's how you heal the collective field, is just by living your daily life from a place of non-reactivity, just being creatively, authentically you, and just flowing with life. And then that's how you become an effortless healer. And then that's how you give people true empowerment, because you're not being a healer from a place of like reactivity or fear, where you're just reinforcing their own disempowerment, or you're just like encouraging them to be inauthentic because it's like some type of like trauma bonding or something. That's how you can be like really truly like effortlessly like a healer, like just healing people by being you. And that's the highest level of healing. And that's what's so beautiful about this world. That's what's so beautiful. In a way, that's partly why I have that video where I say there's no such thing as a spiritual sacrifice. Like, the mind wants to frame these things as though you're like, you have to like give up things for God or something, or give up things for self-realization. But you actually don't. The only things you give up is the pain and the suffering and the fear. You don't have to give up any of your love and your joy and your truth. The more in alignment with what you truly, truly want to do and love, and what brings you joy as the unique individual expression of you, the more in alignment with God and source you are, when it's coming from true creativity and not reactivity, when it's just flowing through you and it's coming from inspiration, the more in alignment with that you are, that's actually how you have the most profound impact on everyone. That's what's so beautiful about it. That's how you get to do whatever you want all the time. You're doing whatever you want, and that's the best thing that you can do. But the key there's a big difference between what the reactive small you wants versus what you really want. What you really want is just that transcendent peace, just flowing with life as it is, and just being able to allow everything to come out as it is, to have all the emotions available to you, to have the whole mental scope of thinking available to you. Like, you don't want to suppress your thoughts or emotions or try to force emotional or mental neutrality. Like, you don't want to turn into a zombie. Like, this is about becoming more you, becoming more fully you. Like, it's about it's not that you're supposed to be the infinite being who's like this zombie human. You're supposed to be the infinite being who is playing you to the fullest degree, to the biggest, fullest, unique individual expression of you. And then that's when you can really fully connect with your life purpose, and whatever you do can become your art and can become an incredible gift and portal for sharing this love. And it doesn't just have to be in spiritual teachings. It can be in literally anything. It can be in doing your makeup. It can be in taking care of animals. It can be in making music. It can be in writing books. It can be in writing fiction books. It can be in writing kids books. It can be in fixing cars. It can be in being a doctor. It can be the guy who checks people in at the gym. Like, the thing is, that's the thing too. No matter what job you have in this world, when you're being authentic and you're being non-reactive and you're just flowing with it, no matter what job you have, you're having a profound impact on your entire space. Every single person you come across, when you're not being reactive and you're just being authentic and creative and moving from inspiration and just flowing with life, you're healing everybody. So it's like, even if you're the greeter at a grocery store, like, you can be a profound leader of consciousness. You can be someone who is a deep empowered leader who is healing others, and not like a sort of superficial fake leadership, but the transcendent leadership, that alignment with source, that alignment with the ultimate power. And you can do that in anything. And that's why it's really not about what you do. It's about how you do it. And then from there too, that's actually how you have more and more progression and involvement, and you can activate areas of the human life as divine expressions of creativity and love in like the most unreal and magical ways possible. Like, there's actually no limit. Like, any sort of like job or anything can be an outlet for progression and like divine like flow and like creation, and just like becoming larger and larger. Like, you can anything can be like that. It really doesn't have to just be like, the lower mind tries to hijack this process into telling you that you can only like be a gardener, or you can only be a healer, or you can only be like, if you're going to be an author, you need to write nonfiction books or something, or like, you need to write fiction, but it needs to be about non-duality. It needs to have non-duality lessons in it or something. But that's all a bunch of bullshit. That's all trying to like, if that feels genuinely fully inspiring for you, that's great. But the thing is, a lot of that is just subtle distortion and hijacking, and it's trying to cloud your message and get you to add some level of subtle force into what is your genuine highest inspiration in art. Like when Van Gogh or something was making his art, or Beethoven was making their art, that was just their unique, authentic expression of what felt fully and right to them. If they were trying to get into their mind and get in this reactive, fear-based thing where they're thinking like, oh, like I need to incorporate like some non-dual pointers in this for it to really like have that transcendent dimension or something. If they were moving from that kind of energy, they would have never made the quality of art that they made. To make the highest quality art, or to do the highest quality job in anything, any movement of life, it's through this authentic non-resistance, just flowing with life, allowing everything to flow through you, allowing the emotions to flow through you, allowing the ideas to flow through you, just allowing yourself to flow with life again. That's how you perform in the highest level in anything. It's not through like subtle reactivity or fear or trying to like force perfection. True perfection is giving up the belief in imperfection. When you give up the resistance and the trying to force the like some sort of like forced perfection is what remains. Perfection, the thing is, everything is actually already perfect as it is. And the more that you can just accept that and not try to force that as a conceptual idea, but just be non-resistant to things exactly as they are and just flow with life and flow with challenges and flow with inspiration, that's how you get more and more and more perfection. That is the mechanism of progression. And yeah, that's how you do it.